Hello everyone, I did not properly mention this in the video, so I just wanted to throw it in real quick after filming that Sisters Slice of Life has finally uploaded not just one video, but 3 different videos. That is me and my cousin's channel. You can search up Sisters Slice of Life, either all together or you can put spaces in between them because it'll come up either way. It's just a picture of me and her, and I would really appreciate if you guys would go over there and subscribe to that channel and watch some of those videos. They're really weird and funny and wacky, and I love it so much. I'm really excited that we finally got that channel up and running. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, I am Mackenzie, and whether you're new or not, I just wanted to take time out of this video to just acknowledge your existence and say hello, hi, how are you? If you're having a bad day, I apologize. Just know that I recognize you and I know that you're there, and I really appreciate you coming back to watch this video. Now, I know that it's been a little bit weird, or I think it's weird for me, because I'm filming 100% raw. My eyes are really red today. They're really irritated for some reason, and I don't have any mascara on. Which to some people is like, oh my gosh, that's not even a problem, but that's the only makeup I wear, and so it's like really weird to see me without it, so I apologize if it bugs you. Anyway, this video is basically me reflecting, not on 2019, but the whole decade. So as far back as I can remember from 2010 up, essentially, is what we're going to be focusing on today. We love that. So oh, I apologize if you hear background noise. My sister has a friend over. So, like I said, a whole decade. So I'm going to try to do my best for you, but let's get into the video. So, as you just saw, the last decade was pretty hectic. There was obviously a lot of good times. That's as far back as I have pictures of myself in the decade. Now, some of those were downloaded. The ones of younger me were downloaded. Those are the ones that I could find, and that's a lot. If you want to find a little bit more of just like me, you can scroll all the way back about, what, 5 years? 4 years, something years on this channel and watch all that cringe if you would like, and see how that was in terms of like video documentation type of things. But other than that, I would like to explain some things and maybe even show some pictures as I'm talking about certain aspects I can remember, as far back as I can remember. So let's just begin with this picture right there. Is me first day of the 6th grade. Now, I wouldn't actually stay at the school I was going to. I'd switch over to a charter school where I would stay until I graduated 9th grade. If I freaking can find a photo of my 9th grade graduation, it'll be over here. If I don't find one, then welcome to my wall. Anyway, and that was pretty interesting. That was the first time I've ever switched schools, and it was pretty, I guess, intense and weird. Also, within the last decade, I got a sister. Yeah. Wherever the pictures will be. That was really interesting. I got my sister. That sounds so weird. I got my sister. My sister came into my life when I was about 9.5, which is really insane. Dang. She was born in 2012, so that was a couple years after the last decade. Or no, the last decade. The last decade? Yeah, the last decade. My sister was born, and that was really interesting and a learning curve, and it was really just odd. Something else that happened in the last decade is me getting my guinea pig. I have a lot of pictures of my guinea pig, so I could go on and on. If you want to know more about my guinea pig, you could definitely go and check out her channel, Two Cute Claws. You could definitely check that out if you wanted to know more about my guinea pig. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, this is no particular order, because I just went from whatever. Anyway, something else that happened within the last decade was me actually starting high school. I'm a junior right now, if you did not know that, which is really insane to me. I'll be graduating next year, hopefully. So that's pretty weird and pretty interesting. Also, within the last decade, I became not only closer with my cousin, Alea, but I also became closer with a lot of other family members and a lot of other people. If I can find pictures with them in it, then they'll be up on the screen right about now somewhere. That's pretty cool. Something else that happened within the past decade was I had a lot of fun, maturing moments, such as I did volleyball camp. I started choir within the last decade, basically middle school through now and next year, hopefully. I've done choir, and I did ballroom for 5 years in a row. And then I tried out for team, and then that went just south real quick, and I stopped. Also, within the last decade, I was able to realize a lot of things. I was able to profess it in my church. I was able to come back to my church and meet a lot of great people. I've been able to find not one passion, but 2 passions that I would really like to pursue in college. Whether that be I major in one now and then and minor in one, or I do one whole one and then come back later in my life and do one, who would know. But I just think that's really cool that I found 2 passions. Within the last decade, I've been head over heels in love with writing. Within the last decade, I have found so much passion for writing. In fact, this past year, I did Write-tober, which I mixed with Inktober. It's very complicated. If you do want to know more on that, let me know, and I would definitely share some pieces of my writing with you guys, if that would be something you were ever interested in. Also, within the past decade, I became overly obsessed with the city Paris in France. My whole room was themed on it. Also, in the last decade, I got my room redone, which is so insane. It was half pink, half purple, which was feels so long ago, but it wasn't even that long ago. Within the last decade, I have learned to not only embrace my true self while having self-confidence and body issues, but I've also learned to think and do a lot of other interesting things that I feel like when I was younger, in the younger days of the last decade to now, that I didn't really think were possible. Something else that happened to me within the past decade was finding amazing friends. I'm gonna find a picture or a couple of just my 2 best friends in the whole world. I think I have one in mind that if I find it, it'll go up right here. They both moved away, and so that was really hard and a really bad struggle for me, and I miss you guys so much. I know that you watch me, and I just hope that we can come closer to each other, and I hope that we never stray away from each other, because that would be, 1, really depressing, and 2, I feel like we've been friends for so long that to split now is kind of weird. So, what's another thing that happened in this past decade so much? I'm afraid of my copyright strike because my sister is playing weird music in the background. Something weird that happened within the past decade was I actually got stitches when I was 8, around here somewhere. So I thought I should just throw that out there. That was a really random thing that just flew into my brain. I got stitches. I went camping a lot within the past decade. I've had some pretty interesting experiences in the last decade. I've become so much more like aware socially. And I'm so sick of the cookie cutter lifestyle that people are trying to prove that they live when they don't live that. And that's what I want my channel to be about. That's what I want to be about, is just not fitting into the world's cookie cutter gingerbread man. And I can step out and maybe be a little bigger cooked or whatever you can think of that could go with the cookie cutter mold. But I just thought that that was something I should throw out there as well that happened in the past decade. In the past decade, I've also realized a lot about just, what's the word? I guess I could say asking for help and preservation through certain things and letting go in certain aspects of my life. Within the last decade, I made a really horrible toxic friend. And I was able to get rid of them, thankfully, but I had a struggle doing that. And that was brought really apparent to me, even last November. Hello everyone, so I just realized that I never actually properly filmed like an outro to this video, and like a bunch of my footage was like cut from the very end. Basically at the very end I was just saying that I've learned a lot, and it was really fun to look back on the memories of the past decade. And one of the last things that I said in there was just like, hope if you enjoyed it, if you watched the whole video. I thought it was really fun to edit and like stack all these pictures up that I forgot I had. They're like lingering. So